It is Jay Briggs here on October 14th, Saturday, college football Saturday, man. We got a loaded card. The more and more I look at it, I said this morning, the more and more I'm falling in love with it, man. I think there is plenty of money making opportunities. And y'all know what we do here on Saturday. I bring in the best handicappers in the industry. Got a loaded show for y'all, man. And we're here to help y'all make some money, go through, I think, all of college football today. So without further ado, buckle up, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And first up, it is Brian Bittler. What's up, my man?
Hey Jay, how's it going today? Glad to be with you on a Saturday morning. I'll tell you what, I went to bed in Colorado up, I think 29-0. I thought, well, if I was wrong about that, Stanford didn't show up. I woke up, I looked at my phone, I was just in shock. But it happens in football. You can never rest easy at halftime.
You sure cannot, man. College football, I've been saying it all week, the midweek games, man. There's just something to them. I stayed off the game as well. I felt like an idiot not having them at halftime laying it with Colorado. And boy, whew, to lose it outright is insane. A lot
For
of
sure.
lot of mistakes that went on in that game, and we'll see the fallout of it this week and see just how bad it's going to be, or if it's just regular scheduled programming.
For
But
sure,
we
for
got a
sure.
lot more action today, man. Probably going to be a lot more electric action just like that. What game we talking about first?
I'll tell you what a great card we have for Saturday. And how big is this ACC game? 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. We've got the Miami Hurricanes and the North Carolina Tar Heels in Chapel Hill. Miami comes in really off that shocking loss. Uh, I put a damper on what was a great season so far up to that point. North Carolina comes into this game 5-0. But really, who has North Carolina really played and beaten this year? If you look at the offensive numbers for the Hurricanes, they come in ranked seventh in total yards in the nation. UNC ranked ninth. But if you look at total defense, Miami clocking in at 25th in the nation, while North Carolina ranked 98th. I think where this game is going to come down to is the Tar Heels are vulnerable to the passing game. I think Miami's got to take advantage of that and really take North Carolina to task here. Tar Heels have covered four straight in this series between these two teams. But I think we're getting a gift here because of that, getting some points. I think Miami knocks them off, but I'm still going to take the points in my pocket as I like to play it safe. I'm going to take the Miami Hurricanes plus the 2.5.
There you go, Brian B. grabbing the point with the Canes in this one. That was probably the worst loss of any team last week for the Canes. So you're expecting a bounce back for them here this week.
Yeah, I'm no Miami Hurricanes fan. It brought a smile to my face seeing Georgia Tech knock them off. But when I see value on a board, and this one almost was a premium play, I just think Miami's going to come in angry. Of course, everybody says it, but I think they are going to come in angry to this one. And they've had problems with North Carolina in the past, and I think they get it done today
There you go,
with
Brian
Clemson
B.
on deck next. Yep.
Brian B taking the Canes. I gotta ask Mitch what he thinks about that later on in the show about his Canes. What do you have for sale today over at Pick Dogs Premium?
I'll tell you what, I'm starting to heat up after just my worst September ever. 3-0 on Thursday, 2-1 yesterday. Just missed the cover with Utah State. But today, a huge five premium play card, and my best three plays are around 7 o'clock in the evening. So you can get my Gone Streak and three pack. That includes my college football no limit play. You can get for $25 at pickdogs.com. That is my best bet. Also have a big non conference game up for sale. So, guys, make sure you head on over to pickdogs.com or maybe team me up with another handicapper at a 2-for-1 capper special.
There you go. Hop on with Brian B over at Pick Dogs Premium. Appreciate you joining me, my man, and hopefully I see you tomorrow as we talk some NFL.
I'll catch you tomorrow, Jay. Thanks for having me. Always I have fun hanging out with you guys on the weekends.
There you go. Appreciate you. Brian B. Hop on with him over at Pick Dogs Premium. Moving right along, moving right along. Next up, bringing in Ron Romanelli. Ron the Don, the nickname I gave him. What's up, my man?
Morning, Jay. Morning, Jay. Got a loaded college football card. These are some great games, whether there's value on the board betting wise or just plain entertainment. Some great games, some ranked matchups, and I'm excited for it.
I'm excited for it too, man. I gotta ask you, Coach Prime last night. Like, what happened, man? Was it like that was ugly. How did they melt down that bad second half?
I'm not really sure. To be honest with you, I was asleep during most of it. I figured 29 nothing. It's pretty much
Me,
over. I mean, I didn't have a dog in the fight, so
me either.
uh, you know, the New York time zone, I was out. So,
Yeah.
but I woke up to a big surprise. All the ESPN alerts. Where it's like, can Stanford pull off the comeback? And then it's like Stanford pulls off the comeback. So,
It was
really
crazy.
crazy. But
There was definitely value on Stanford. I left it alone, man. But I feel like I told Brian, I thought at half that it was over. But that's college football, and
yeah,
that's been those midweek games. And like I told Brian, probably gonna see a lot more today. It's just I don't know these college football games. You're just never safe. You're just never safe.
yep, never.
And so let's try to make some money today for the folks, man. What we looking at free pick wise?
Yeah, I'm looking at an early game at 12 o'clock Eastern on ABC. Syracuse and Florida State. Syracuse last year got off to a really great start to the season. They went 6-0 straight up, but then they played at Clemson, lost a close game, 27-21, and then went on a really tough losing streak. Featured some big injuries to quarterback Garrett Schrader, but just overall, Syracuse played really poorly during that stretch. They lost 41-24 to Notre Dame, 19-9 against Pittsburgh, 38-3 against these Florida State Seminoles, and then 45-35 at Wake Forest. And I'm getting some eerie, unfortunate flashbacks to that last year's team with Syracuse as they started this season 4-0. They beat Purdue, a nice win on the road against a Big Ten team. Army's a tough matchup, but then they lost a tough battle against Clemson, failed to cover in that game at the Carrier Dome. And then last week, they played their next game after that loss against Clemson, 40-7 North Carolina. It was just an absolute blowout. They got outgained 644 to 221. They only had 11 first downs compared to 33 for North Carolina. And we know North Carolina's offense is one of the best in college football, honestly, but the defense, not necessarily one of the better ones. And it was one of the best defensive performances we've seen from North Carolina in a long time. So that's a concern for me now, going against a Florida State team that hasn't been the most dominating team recently. Like, they didn't cover against Virginia Tech. They needed overtime against Clemson. Didn't cover. They almost lost the game outright against Boston College. They were outgained by over 100 yards in that game a few weeks ago. But I still think Florida State, one of the better teams in the country. We're getting a really good price because of those, kind of not, stale performances for the Seminoles. Syracuse is just, I'm not like what I'm seeing on either side of the ball. The defense giving up those 600 yards is the big concern. I think Florida State has the ability to make those explosive plays offensively. I'm going to go with the Noles here in a blowout. I think they win this game by at least 3 touchdowns, but potentially more.
There you go. Ron Romanelli expecting the Florida State Seminoles in blowout route fashion as they try to keep their playoff hopes alive. Keep it rolling. What do you have for sale today over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Yeah, I've got 5 college football plays, similar to Mr. Bitler I had in Utah State last night. So we lost that one, but overall, 31-20 is 60.8% in college football this season, doing really well. So got a 3-pack, some single plays as well. Check it out at Pick Dogs Premium.
There you go. Baseball back starting tomorrow. Are you doing single game rundown videos?
Of course, wouldn't miss it.
There you go. Around the done. We'll see. I'll be tuned in tomorrow. See who you take for that video.
Be
I
ready.
appreciate it, and I'll see you tomorrow.
All right, good luck, everybody.
Ron Romanelli, man. Check him out over at Pick Dogs Premium. Y'all know who he is, man. The king of YouTube, low-key. Next up, it is David Racy. What's up, my man?
Not much, Jay. How are you doing? I stayed up for that Colorado game last night, and that was wild, man. I have no idea. Stanford had a receiver that had 295 receiving yards. He was the only one doing anything, and I couldn't figure out why they didn't try to double team him and just take him away. But I had Stanford, so I was thankful for that.
Oh, that's what's up. I didn't have a dog in the fight. I told everybody I thought that I was paying a Dion tax. I thought the line should have been like 10, 9.5, not 12, 12.5. But, no way did I think they were going to lose the game. No way. But
No, I didn't either. I thought Stanford could keep it close just because Colorado's defense has struggled. But up 29-0 at the half, I was like, oh, well, this is over. And then this receiver just went off, man. He ran the slant route pretty much all night, and they just kept hitting him, and there was no answer. So That was a crazy one for sure.
That's crazy, man. On to today, on to Saturday. Let's make some money today, man. It's a money making Saturday. I just feel good, feel the vibes. What we looking at free pick wise for the guys?
Yeah, so I'm looking at the Iowa and Wisconsin game. Big Ten West battle here. Iowa comes in 5-1 on the season. They really have only played one solid team, which was Penn State, and that did not go well for them. They lost 31-0. And that Iowa offense has struggled once again this season, but the defense and special teams have been very strong for the Hawkeyes, and they've won them a couple games, especially that Michigan State game where they had that huge punt return. Wisconsin comes in 4-1. Their only loss came on the road at Washington State. They really haven't played anyone outside of Washington State, but their defense has been very good, allowing 17 points or fewer in 3 straight games. I'm going to roll with the Badgers here in this one, though. I know it's got to win by 10 points, but I can't trust that Iowa offense as they really just don't have it again this year, which is hilarious because they can't seem to find a consistent offensive attack at any season here in recent memory. But as long as Mordecai protects the ball, I think Wisconsin runs away with this one.
That's a big ask asking Mordecai to protect the ball against an elite defense like Iowa, man. I know Mordecai from SMU days. I've said in his Wisconsin days, we've seen him look really good. We've also seen them some flashes. I think we're going to learn a lot about this Wisconsin team today. You like them today? We'll see if they can pull it off. I don't have a dog in this fight.
Yeah, Mordecai, he has thrown 3 interceptions this year. He's only thrown 3 touchdowns, which is interesting. But you look at the Iowa offense, especially now that they're on the backup quarterback, they're only averaging about 250 yards per game. They have nothing. So yeah, the turnovers are huge. If you can just not turn the ball over, hand the ball off to Braylon Allen, 30 times a game, they should be fine. But you're right. Mordecai has been a little careless with the ball in his career. So, we'll see. But I don't think the Iowa offense is going to be able to keep up with Wisconsin today.
There you go. David Racy taking Wisconsin. What do you have for sale today over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Yeah, I have 6 college football plays split up into 2 3-packs. You can also take a look at a couple of those games individually. So head on over to Pick Dogs and let's have a huge day. We love these Saturdays, and I can't believe we're already like halfway through the season. So we got to take advantage while we can.
It is crazy, man. The seasons it's flying by. Before you know it, everything will be back. Hockey's already back. NBA a week and a half, and then college basketball is on the horizon. So it's all gonna be here soon. Can't wait.
We love it. Best time of the year.
Yep. We're living in it right now. Appreciate you joining me, David, and see you tomorrow as we talk some NFL football.
Sounds good, Jay. Good luck today.
You too, man. Appreciate it. Moving right along. Smash that like button for me. Everybody down in the comments. Appreciate all you there, man. Let's make some money today. And you know who it is right here, man. He always trying to help us make some money. It is Hot Rod, Mr. Zawacki. What's up, my man?
I'm muted. My bad. I muted myself. There we go. I'm unmuted. Okay, with that, it's Saturday. We got college football going, and we got hockey. It's the return of NHL Saturday night.
There you go. Is it a loaded hockey card? I'm gonna be honest. I didn't even look. It was so much.
14 games going on in tonight's card. So yeah, loaded card starts early. We got day games, and it goes right on through till late night, 10:30 Eastern is the last game going off. So all day hockey, all day football. We love it.
There you go. And you covered all those hockey games individual today, right?
Yeah, I covered all those games over Pick Dogs. You can go check those out. They're archived over there. Also, there's a little two-team parlay over there for you as well. Go check that out.
There you go. All right, man. Hockey is back. We're talking football today, correct? We're looking at free pick-wise for the guys today.
Free pick wise, we're looking at this Georgia Southern taking on James Madison in this one. 2 solid teams to look. Georgia Southern off to a 4-1 start. James Madison off to the 5-0 start though. And these teams met last season, so for me, this is a revenge game for James Madison, who lost to Georgia Southern last year, 45-38. You look at this season, Davis Brin is the QB for Georgia Southern. solid year. He's thrown for 1,600 yards. He's 12 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, hitting about 70% of his passes. The other side of the ball, you look, Jordan McLeod has been great for this JMU, hitting 64% of his passes, pass for over 1,160 yards. His touchdown ratio definitely a little better than Brent's. 11 touchdown, 3 interceptions. And then when you look at the defenses, both defenses holding teams to about 20 points a game. Georgia Southern, 20.2 points a game. JMU, 22.2 points a game. Play for me here is you got to take James Madison just because this defense has just been ferocious against the rush. It's going to make Georgia Southern one-dimensional, and they love to rush the QB. So they're very good at getting sacks, averaging 4 a game. It's going to be a tough day for Georgia Southern. Big revenge spot. Take James Madison over Georgia Southern in this one.
There you go. James Madison been rolling all year. This has been a team I've had my eyes on all year. They had a huge win for me earlier in the year against Virginia, I think it was. I took them.
Virginia, they beat Virginia, yeah. 38-36. They beat Virginia by a couple. There was a good game, and they took them down.
Yep. Should be a good game today. Rod likes him here against Georgia Southern. Huge day, man. You said it's a ton of hockey, it's a ton of college football, so I know you're locked and loaded on the premium side. What you got for sale for the guys today?
Yeah, I've got a super Saturday college 5-pack. You can scoop that up. You'll get everything. It's an all-day pack. You got a game in the morning, a couple in the middle, a couple at night. So you get a good mix there. And then I got an NHL 3-pack. You can scoop that up. Or my 10-star play of the day is sold singly. It's been hitting at over 60%. So head on over. Use that promo code PICK at checkout. Let's crush the rookies.
Oh, man. Hop on with Hot Rod today, man. Doing a little bit of it all, man. Doing a little bit of it all. If that's your thing, he's the guy for you over at Pick Dogs Premium. I appreciate you, my man. You know, we'll talk some NFL tomorrow. Can't wait.
Definitely. Good luck with your bets, and we'll catch you tomorrow.
There you go. I got Hot Rod, Mr. Zawacki. Next up, moving right along, man. Talk to this guy on the daily, man. I talk to him. He's more than most of my friends now. What's up, Ruffolo?
Oh, Jay, it's like you said, you and I are like furniture now. It's like we're just here, so it's like we just show up every morning, and Mitch always jokes about how I just showed up and never left. But see, now you kind of get where it comes from.
Yep. It's my guy Ruffolo, man. It's a loaded day as well. The wraparound, aka the reach around, is posted, ready to rock and roll. The NHL. I'm loving that series, man. I'm learning a lot between, getting it all in one session. I would advise all you guys to watch it every day. If hockey is your thing, even if it's not, man, Ruffalo is usually locked and loaded. And then you get the other perspective with Hot Rod doing the individual videos. Hey, it's college football Saturday too, though. And so we're trying to make some money today all around. What we looking at free pick wise for the guys?
This might be the plug your nose spot of the day, but I'm going to take Pitt here against Louisville. You know, the thing for me with Pitt is that they've been ugly. Like it's 1-4 on the year, 0-4-1 against the number, and they've lost 4 in a row. They haven't beaten FBS opponent this season. You know, losses to West Virginia, North Carolina, Virginia Tech, and Cincinnati, but that's actually a decent schedule, all things considered. In Louisville, I'm not taking anything away from Louisville being 6-0, on the year. I mean, they're bowl eligible. Kudos. They got a big win over Notre Dame, their biggest of the season. But I think that's why they're primed for a little bit of a letdown here. Prior to the win over Notre Dame, you could argue that the schedule wasn't all that impressive for Louisville. They beat NC State. They only put up 13 points in that game. An NC State team that's now shifted from Brennan Armstrong. They now basically beat a backup quarterback. On the road, they beat Indiana in a game they were up 21-0 in. An Indiana team that just fired their offensive coordinator, and they still let Indiana come back and keep that one close. And you could argue that they probably should have lost that season opener against Georgia Tech on the road as well. I just think this is after their biggest win of the season, going to Pitt, taking on a bad Pitt team, could be a bit of a sleepy spot. And Pitt, they've switched from Phil Jurkovich, who came over from Boston College. Never understood the movie. He was never good at Boston College. I thought Pitt was going to take a step forward. Now they take a big step back. But Jurkovich looks like he's transitioning to a tight end. And it's worked for players in the past. It worked for Julian Edelman switching from quarterback to wide receiver. Maybe it worked for Jurkovich. quarterback Bayu from Penn State transfer. There's not a lot of tape on him. I think that could work in his favor here. I'm going to take Pitt in the points in this one.
Oof. I think that hook looms large. I do. I think Louisville is the better team, though. And Pitt, like you said, they've been ugly this year, man. You going sharp in this one. But what we've seen, I would say, this week in college football, anything is possible, man. It's possible.
100%. Yeah, I'm not disagreeing with you. Louisville is the better team, without question. But just from what I was reading, a lot of the Pitt players, and this isn't a knock on Jerkovich, it's just I think they're just happy for a breath of fresh air. A lot of the Pitt players are happy that Bayou's getting the shot here to be quarterback. It's very he's popular within the locker room. And it just looks like, maybe this is what the team needs. And like I said, I just think there's a lot of variance. There's not a lot of tape on him. He hasn't had a ton of action this year, so it'll probably work in his favor.
There you go. Ruffolo grabbing the points with Pitt against Louisville. It's gonna be a good game. I'm gonna watch that one. Hopefully. We'll see. I don't know what I'm doing today, so it's all in the air. But hey, I know I'm trying to make some money today, and I know if I hop on with Ruffalo, that's what I'm gonna do. So, what you got for sale today over at Pig Dogs Premium?
I got a lot on the board today. Got 14 plays in total, 9 college, 5 hockey. Got you covered throughout the day. I've got a bunch of 3-packs. Got my $19 college football platinum play on the board as well as that 5-pack in hockey. But best way to go, it's like everybody said so far, hop on something long term. For me, a 3-day or a 7-day pass is actually less than buying each of my packages individually today, and it's going to cover you for NHL action as well as the Sunday NFL. And you could do that. You can pair me up with someone else as part of the multi-capper deal. Got a bunch of great handicappers on the morning show, all across the website for that matter. So pair us up. I promise you guys, you will make some money.
There you go. Hop on with Ruffalo at Pig Dogs Premium. Appreciate you joining me. See you tomorrow, the day after that, the day after that, the day after that.
You're trying to get rid of me. I'm going to see you in less than an hour.
I forgot, man. Damn, I sure am going to see you. See, I can't get rid of him, man.
You blow a 29-0 lead, and all of a sudden, it's like you forget about everything that happens the next day. It's like you thought I was going to let you. You thought you hit me. You hit me with reach around. You thought I was going to let you forget about that.
My 6.5, Chris. My 6.5. I needed that, man.
It's in danger, man. But hey, you know what? It's only 3-3. You've still got time. Not a lot of it, but you still got time.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I think me, you, and Mitch, man, gonna be eating good at the Pinnacle off my pockets. I can't wait, man. I see you in a little bit, man, with the sauce and Mitch as we go through college football cards.
Absolutely looking forward to it.
There you go. My guy Ruffalo, man. Moving right along with the best show on the planet. Smash the like button, man. I appreciate all y'all in the chat, man. All y'all watching the show. Let's make some money today. Next up, Mr. Wayne Scott. What's up, my man?
What's going on, Jay? What's going on, Pete Dog family? Hope everybody doing all right out there this morning.
I'm doing all right, man. There's plenty of money to be made today. I actually like this college football card. I really don't got to sweat no Texas, no Colorado today. It's just straight. Let's make some money, man. No fandom for me. I'm making money today. No Texas Rangers. It's strictly business today. It's personal for me today. I got to get it done. And like I said, I'm talking with the best handicappers on the planet, including yourself. What we looking at today, man? Let's make some money. Free pick wise for the guys today.
We're headed over here to this Mountain West conference, and traditionally Boise State has been at the top of this conference. They had a rough year last year. 3-3 start so far this year. I definitely see them being in the mix in this conference, and it starts today with a win here. This game opened up at 7 and is now moved to 7.5. 8.5, and I see why. I'm on Boise State in this one. Both of these defenses have been suspects, but Colorado has been a lot more suspect. And I kind of mentioned last week on the show, I was on Utah State over Colorado. When you're a high turnover team, a high penalty team, even when you're playing good, it just kills momentum and makes it tough to win and cover games. And I pointed out Colorado State quarterback struggles last week, having an interception in the game, and he goes out there and throws 3 picks. He's going against a better Boise State better Boise State team all around. I just don't see them covering against Boise State here. This is typically when Boise State turns up in the season. These October, later November games, this is where they get rolling. If you can catch Boise State starting off good in the season, then you know they're going to have a great season. But if they start off losing or in like the 50-50 mode that they are, it's a good time to start hopping on this Boise State team because they normally end the season with a winning record. And I just based off of how they've been performing these last couple of weeks, I think they turn up and start getting stacking these wins up here right now.
There you go, Wayne taking Boise State, laying the points, man. Colorado State did me ugly last week. I thought I had them straight up on the money line, and through halftime, they were in it. They looked really good, man. But second half, defensively, they fell apart. Their quarterback got to turning the ball over, just like you said, and I think that's concerning moving forward. I like a lot of what you said. Boise usually does get stronger down the stretch. It's just this. You don't think this is too many points to be laying on the road with Boise? You're not nervous at all?
In my mind, I see this as a 10-point game. That's where I stopped betting it. So it's not a premium because I missed it at 7 and went to 7.5. It didn't really scare me too much. I'm still putting a little bit on it at the 7.5. But when you get it at 8.5, that's more where I see it at, like almost a 9-10 point game. After that, it's a no play for me. So it's right there. It's right there. Definitely Colorado State does have the weapons on offense to compete. But Boise State traditionally, I like them in the trenches. I like them in all the spots it matters to cover in a game like this. So give me Boise State here at that 8.5. That's right. That's about right there at the spot.
There you go, Wayne laying the points with Boise on Colorado State on the road. Hey man, we got a lot of action today. College football, got some hockey, some NBA preseason. What you got for sale today over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Man, I've been getting crushed in college football. Only 4 games for me. Definitely one of these weekday games. I just cannot get it right now. Man, so only four plays for me in college football. I'm trying to slowly crawl my way out of this slump. My first 2 plays in the NHL. No NHL guru, but I love my totals and I love my dogs. 14 card, and I'm taking my shot on there. So 6 premium plays all together. I have a 3-pack out there, and I'll have my best bet in college football out there for you guys to scoop up. As these guys have been mentioning, that 2-for-1 multi-handicapper special is the best way to go. Pair 2 brains up and cash with us. Let's get it.
There you go. Hop on with Wayne over at Pick Dogs Premium. Appreciate you joining me, my man. We'll talk some NFL tomorrow.
Yes, sir. I'll be with you guys tomorrow. Good luck on all your bets today, everybody. Catch y'all later, Pick Dog fam.
Wayne Scott joining us there, man. Hop on with him. Usually when a guy's kind of going through a slump, it's a great time to buy low. Man. Buy low. Usually catch the heater. Next up, man. Next up. You can catch this guy whenever. Favorite guys right here. Big Al McMorty. What's up, my man? I think you're muted. I can't hear you. All right, hold on. Give me a second. Let me fix it. Bring my guy Big Al back, man. There we go.
There you go. Okay.
What's up, my man? How you doing?
I'm doing okay. I'll tell you I did watch the press conference last night. The press conferences are just as fun as the games with Deion Sanders.
I haven't quite had the time to just digest that game as a whole. So I haven't seen the press conference yet. So I gotta go watch it definitely.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. He kept his composure. You know, I didn't think he was going to, but he did.
That's what's up. I can't believe they lost that game, man. I had that one circled as a win. Again, ATS, I was a little nervous. I left it alone. I didn't have a dog in the fight against the spread, but as a straight up win, oh man, I thought that was as good as it get for that team. But hey, that's college football, and that's why the games are played every week.
Did you catch any of the Miami San Antonio game with Wemby?
Yes, sir, I did, and I loved what I saw, man.
I did too.
I, hey,
His debut is against your Mavericks, so
I know I'm a little nervous about that. I'm probably gonna be on San Antonio about that. The crowd yesterday, I thought, was a huge part. Like San Antonio's gonna fall in love. They've already fallen in love with that guy.
yeah,
So it's gonna be
yeah.
it's gonna be a cool season to see how good the Spurs can be. Um, I know you said your hopes are not that high, but I still think that they can compete for a play-in, and we'll see.
Look, I can always be pleasantly surprised, but I'm actually hoping we suck again. I would like to get Buzelis, or I'd like to get what's his teammate's name on the G League. His name escapes me. There's these two great players on the G League, same team this year. I'd like to get one of those two guys. And now there's a center, a 7'1" center that's now at the top of the draft boards. I think he's from France as well. So,
Wow.
yeah.
Tony will kind of load up and be good for a while. I don't blame the thought. I don't blame the thought. It's Saturday though. It's a lot of action today, man. Huge college football Saturday. I know you're locked and loaded. Before we talk about that though, let's talk about a free pick for the guys. Let's get them some easy money, some free money, as I should say, and no money free, but let's try to get them some money, man. What are we looking at?
I'm going to look at the game between the Arizona Wildcats and the Washington State Cougars. I don't know if you saw the game last week. Arizona lost in overtime, an amazing game, 43-41 to the number 10 ranked Southern Cal Trojans. And now they've got to dust themselves off and travel all the way up to Pullman to play the 19th ranked Cougars. And I generally don't like playing on teams of such heartbreaking losses. I usually think they tend to have some letdowns after those games. And I'm not going to make an exception here. And especially given how poorly the Wildcats have played off a point spread win, where they're now playing away from home versus a winning foe. In that situation, the Wildcats are an underdog of less than 20 points. They've gone 0-16 ATS their last 16. So that doesn't bode well for Arizona. Washington State's also a perfect 9-0 ATS at home off a straight-up loss when not getting more than 2 points. And if you recall, Washington State did lose its previous game to UCLA. So both teams coming off a loss, but I think Washington State's in the better situation. I'm going to take the Cougars minus the 7.5.
Okay, Big Al laying the points with Washington State. I think Washington State is the better team. I think Arizona kind of played their game of the season last week against USC. They might have one more. They got one more against Colorado that's going to be a good game, but and UCLA. I mean, USC's defense is just terrible, like it always is. So I think Washington State is a more complete team than USC. I could see Washington State putting it back together after losing last week in a tough place to play on the road. I know Arizona, same thing could be said, but I just think Wazoo is the better team, and I can see them bouncing back as well here in this one.
Good, then we're in agreement.
There we go. It's I know you're locked and loaded, man. What you got for sale for the guys over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Believe it or not, I have 15 plays today, including my Pac-12 game of the year. Last Saturday I cashed my first conference game of the year of the season. That was in Oklahoma against Texas. I'm now 45-21. My last 66 college football conference games of the year, totals of the year. So I look to keep that hot streak going with my Pac-12 game of the year today. And then, as I mentioned, I've got 14 other college football plays. I've got my college football total of the week, which is a really nice over-under selection. I've got a couple triple packs for those who want quantity as well. And of course, the best deal, just join for a week or a month, and you get all 15 selections. Plus you get my big NFL card as well. Tomorrow I'm going to have, I think, 9 plays in pro football. And you can also team me up with one of the other champion handicappers here in the Pick Dogs family under the 2-for-1 or 3-for-1 or 4-for-1 handicapper special. And you're going to make a lot of money this weekend.
There you go, man. Hop on with them over at Pick Dogs Premium. And then tell them about the premium service you have in the All Access Club.
Yeah, Eric from the Dime Club and I, we launched the Big Al All Access Club a couple of weeks ago. The response has been tremendous. Thanks a lot to all who've joined. If you'd like to text Big Al to 775-636-7676, it's for big players, guys who can put 5,000, 10,000, 100,000 on a game. We do have some guys who do that, which is kind of crazy to wrap your head around. And
Yep.
what we do is we rank all the games. So you'll get all the plays today ranked 1 through 15. You'll also get additional plays beyond those 15. And plus, if there's any game that's not on my card, there's 60 some games today, so I don't have every game. You can call us and ask, or you can text us and ask. It's 24/7. So if you want to know who I have in the, for example, Southern Cal Notre Dame game that's not on the card, you can say, hey, Al, who do you like in the Southern Cal Notre Dame game? And we'll get you the information. If you want to ask me to do some research, if you want to know how teams do, off certain situations, I can do the research for you as well and get you the information. So it's not for everyone. It's for the big players. But if you are a big player and if you're interested, just text Big Al to 775-636-7676 and we'll take care of you.
There you go. Big Al McMorty. Appreciate you joining me, my man, and we'll see you tomorrow as we talk some NFL football.
Yeah, talk to you, Jay. Good luck.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Ton of content from him throughout the week that we did. The NFL show. Me and him shot an episode yesterday. Ton of content from Big Al. I always love talking to him. Hop on with him. However you want to do it, you can do it. Next up, moving right along, man. Winding down the show, but I still got some heavy hitters to close it out. Y'all see who it is. A guy who is always at the top of the leaderboards when it's this time of year. Jovan Burks. What's up, my man?
Going on, Jay? How you doing, man?
Doing good, man. I'm doing good. I'm ready to make some money today. I avoided a landmine last night. Sometimes the best play is a no play. And I was able to stay away from that one yesterday. But I'm locked and loaded today. I got 7 plays, I want to say. So I'm trying to make some money today.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, last night, man. Hey, I was actually kicking myself in the ass because I liked Stanford, not for the win, but for the cover, and didn't pull the trigger on it.
Yep.
So go figure.
Yep, and that happens sometimes. It happens. But I know you locked and loaded today, ready to attack the book. What we looking at free pick wise today?
Yeah, we're gonna go to Big Ten country. Specifically Ann Arbor, where the Indiana Hoosiers are facing the Michigan Wolverines, and let's just call it what it is. Michigan could name the score on this one, but as we've seen for most of the season, they haven't ran roughshod on teams except for the last 2 games. They did beat the hell out of Nebraska and Minnesota, but in their earlier contests against lesser teams, ECU, UNLV, Bowling Green, with similar spreads, they haven't been able to cover. And going up against this Indiana team, the last 10 meetings, they haven't won by this margin of victory against the Hoosiers. Not only that, there's weather in the area, and not just the fact that this might be rain or there should be rain in this one. The fact of the matter is it's going to be windy conditions, 15 miles an hour plus. So given that, I expect a heavy ground game for both teams. And I expect in the second half, when this game is in hand, for Jim Harbaugh to call off the dogs and downshift and not score much in the second half. So give me the Indiana Hoosiers in this one.
There you go, Jovan. Grabbing the points with Indiana. Let me ask you a question. What is the motivation for Michigan to go out here and cover the point spread? Like, to me, in my opinion, there's no motivation. Let's say they do go out here, blow them out by 45, and Georgia doesn't cover the point spread. I guarantee you next week it's still going to be Georgia 1, Michigan 2.
Yeah, really, there's nothing that Michigan can do to get that number 1 slot unless Georgia loses. And I don't think that's going to happen this week. So,
Right.
I don't think that's going to happen at all this year for Georgia until they get to the SEC championship. So, yeah, Michigan's doing what they do, which is play Wolverine football, run the ball, and win this conditions that's supposed to be in Ann Arbor today, I don't think JJ McCarthy's gonna put it in the air like that. So, that's what's driving this
There you go.
driving the underdog for me.
There you go, Jovan. That's a bundle of points, man. Like you said, Michigan is the better team, and if they wanted to name the score, they could. But do they? I don't know. So grabbing the points with Indiana might be a solid place to be. So this is Jovan thinks. I know he also thinks that there's a ton of great spots on this card today that he has premium. I know you locked and loaded. What you got for sale today over at Picks? Over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Yeah, college football Saturdays is too many games not to pass up on. As far as I'm concerned, you got to find some strong plays on a Saturday college football slate. So but with that said, I have a 3-pack going off for high noon. Got a high noon 3-pack. Also have a 5-pack in the late afternoon time slot, 3:30 time slot, and in the prime time time slot. So check it out. Also have a money line 3-pack going, all plus money dog plays. So let's get it.
There you go. Hop on with Jovan, man. And like I said at the top, it's the best time of year to hop on with him, man. This is right in his wheelhouse. I appreciate you joining me, my man, and we'll see you tomorrow talking some NFL.
Absolutely, I'll be here.
Appreciate you. Jovan Burt's right there. 2 guys left, man. Last but certainly not least, before we get to Money Man Mitch, y'all know who it is. It's Mr. Don Club. It's Eric. What's up, my man?
What's happening? Can you see me?
Yes, sir, I can.
Can you hear me? All right, beautiful.
Yes, sir,
All right, well, first of all, here, all this talk about last night's game. A lot of people ask me, why don't you watch the games? Because who cares? In the end of the day, you have the final score. Everybody was talking about the Stanford game prior to me coming on about, I can't believe they lost outright. I take a different approach as a professional gambler. I only care about the point spread. So if you actually had Stanford at the end of the game, it didn't matter if they won outright. It didn't matter if they didn't win outright. My answer is, who cares? If you got the 12.5, you got the 12.5, right? Because again, when you're betting, the point spread is all that matters unless you're making a money line wager. So I just wanted to put that out there. If you guys are listening and you want access to the Dime Club, like I said, a lot of people are it is amazing. I got to tell you, Jay, you see how many people are starting to pick up and watch my videos. I might win 5 in a row. It's crickets. I lose one game. I get a text. I get, and then win, don't hear a thing. So I put out Stanford on the video yesterday as a complimentary selection the night before. No handicapping whatsoever. Just fading the public. The line went from 11.5 to 12.5. And again, in these situations, you can auto fade. And basically, a lot of people don't understand that. If you're watching these videos that I do, these are not my actual Dime Club selections. These are overnight releases, like the one we're going to talk about here in a minute. So with that being said, last week I was texting Mitch back and forth during the Maryland game against Ohio State. I actually took Maryland and Ohio State in the second half -7.5 plus 105 as I watched Maryland come out rocking and rolling. And then I know Maryland, I live here. I knew they weren't going to be able to keep up the momentum with Ohio State. Today is a little bit different. I am putting out as a complimentary selection Maryland minus the 13.5 because it's under the 2 touchdown number against Illini, Illinois. The weather is raining. It's about 55, 60 degrees. It's what we call fall football weather. So I'm going to lay under 2 touchdowns with Maryland as my complimentary selection. But again, if you guys want to hop on and you want to get access to the Dime Club, you send me a text, 775-636-7676. As we discussed, Jay, you always ask every person that comes on here, what do we got going on today? The answer is, I don't know, right? Because I'm in the office working all day long. And I'm releasing the information through Telegram for my major betting syndicates. We don't just have the luxury of posting the plays online and betting it and forgetting it. It is a full-time job, especially on the weekends. First half, second halves, full games. Haven't sent out one Dime Club play yet. I know Mike has just blown out the sharp trading plays to his clients on the early card. So if you're somebody that's watching this and you need all your games at once, I'm not for you. If you're someone that could go through the entire day and play the way we play in real time, then you hop on my Telegram channel, 500 for a week and a dime for a month. I got to tell you, Jay, I already made an early wager tomorrow. I bet Texas.
There you go. I love to hear
You know
that.
why? I cannot understand them getting any money whatsoever. It just makes no sense. They're an underdog tomorrow.
They gonna keep giving us plus money, man. We might gotta keep attacking them on it.
So that's an auto bet situation. That's not a fan situation. That's just you got a team rocking and rolling. You get plus money, you just take them. Didn't want to, I was going to wait for tomorrow for that, but I might as well. I'm staring at that hat. I can't avoid it.
We'll see. He took Maryland, laying the points today. Should be a bounce back day for a city that it's been a rough week for Maryland in Baltimore area. We'll see if they can bounce back today.
Hey, you know what? We had 101 wins for the regular season. The fans are pumped. I'm not hating on them. And they made you the most money of any team in all of baseball.
They did. They did do that. I appreciate you, Eric, and I'll see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
There you go. Eric Pathy joining me, man. Last but certainly not least, before we get out of here, it's going to be Money Man Mitch. What's up, my man?
Nothing much, Jay. We're going to keep it quick because we got another show to do in less than 5 minutes. It's going to be here on our YouTube as well as on Kyle Kerm's, the Sauce Network. We love talking with the Sauce. Of course, Jay and I have a special interest in Colorado Stanford. I watched it. I said the same thing to Jay that I've said all season long. I think that Coach Prime has a few things to learn about coaching at this level. I think that, either he's going to get it or he's not. But one thing, his recruiting trail is going to still remain red hot there in Colorado. And we'll see exactly where that leads him. But, lose a conference game at home. I mean, this is a team that won one game last year. So they've already, they're already ahead of where they were. And I think ahead of where, even the biggest optimists had them this season. Of course, once they started winning, some people got ahead of themselves, whatever. Live and learn. But today, my Canes, we heard Brian talk about Miami today. I got to tell you, as a Cane fan, this is the game we lose by 30. This is the type of game we lose by 30. The world is on Miami in this game as well. I would steer clear. I'm hoping for the best. Of course, I'll be rooting for my Canes. But, man, I am prepared for a 30-point-plus beatdown because I've just seen it so many times. But aside from that, really a quick pick, maybe take UMass plus the points against Penn State. How about you, Jay? Anything fast before we run to the sauce? Because if we're not there, he starts without us and then messes up our
quick
stream.
One, I like UAB plus the points against UTSA. I just think UTSA's defense won't be able to hold up to late 10.
All right, well, everybody stay right on this channel. We're going to go through almost the entire slate of games. Chris, Jay, Kyle Kerms, and myself. I have a lot of friends over there at the Sauce Network, so in the comments, so always fun. But it'll be right here on our Pick Dogs channel as well. Thanks again, Jay.
Of course.